one of the values is to see how dynamic is the fintech industry. Is that it's a new way how the banking industry will move forwards. And I think that you can see it, that they need different type of the sets of the skills that is required them to learn more about things like coding, programming, but the same as well, understanding how the business operates. And I think it's very important for them to understand that. And the more they actually are meeting the real life experience, they're meeting actually the people who are founder of the startups and telling them, it's actually more convincing for them than actually academics saying, oh yeah, you need to study this type of the skills, because they actually see that how the skills are actually implemented in the practice. So I think that is the one of the important thing is. And as well as like seeing the dynamics which fintech industry brings, make them actually to want to be a part of it and actually to be better as well, and understanding how the knowledge they can transfer from academia to actually here, and actually see the example, what the new products are developing, how they were developed, the stories, how they were created by different founders, and how they, that is amazing. And I think it's not only for students, but as well for me, it was very interesting to be here. And actually seeing my students in another last 3 days, how they mind open, and they say, oh, I want to do this type of the research on my dissertation, or I would like to work for this company. And I think that is something that is important. And thank you very much again for being a part of the FinTech Festival. Yes, definitely. I think that is and as well opening our eyes as academics that the world changing, very dynamic, and we have to change our module and develop new type of the module as well. So, for instance, as a Sussex, we develop a new module regarding to blockchain, introduction to fintech. That students actually see, okay, this is a new potential industry that is growing, is very rapid, is very interesting. What type of the new technology is coming with it, especially implementation of the blockchain is amazing. How it will reshape the industry. Artificial intelligence is one of the things it maybe will develop in another 30 or 40 years actually implemented, but it is something that we can think about. We had internet revolution, but we might have a blockchain revolution in another 30 years, and that would change the way how we are operating now with our identity, everything. So yeah, definitely is great. Yes, we create last year a new program which is called BS Finance Technology. The short way we're calling FinTech for easier for us to communicate with each other. It's actually a very interesting program because it's delivered by two different departments, Department of Informatics and Department of Accounting and Finance at Sussex University, which allowed students to actually have a really good, if you think about hard skills regarding to programming, coding, using Python, using C++, JavaScript, Java, which are very something what industry is looking for. And as well, allowing them to see that this is the skills, but you have to implement that into real life. So we have new courses which showing them software or fintech companies which actually using this type of the skill, using this type of the product. So actually they can kind of meld nicely these two types of knowledge, which I think is very important. And it's actually, I think the industry for last 10 years was looking for the people who having these two balanced skills. And for me as a person who was in the industry was something I found very good that I could learn at the earlier stage, the coding, which I always coming back. Anytime I'm moving or I was in the industry, I use my skills in that area. When I moved to academia, I want to develop new type of the network analysis. I go back to my skills regarding to coding. So I was thinking as a person when I was developing this course, that this is essential to teach as early as possible. It's a different, now in order to communicate, you have to read, you have to talk, but you have to code. It's another language for us to communicate. So we were make sure that our student will have that skill, but not only that say that they will be a software engineer, but actually understand the part of the business that these software engineering skills are related. So I think that is something that we were looking. And of course, this new degree, we're trying to build as much in the collaboration of the industry. So we want to have a practitioner experts to talk with our students. We organize a student challenge in order that students can operate and, bring back, of course, all the ideas about developing internship programs, placement program, and as well teach students that they can set up their own business, which I think is important. When you are young, you have this energy. You don't have this bias of having a family and everything. You can start. You don't have anything to lose. And I think it's good for them to learn. So we're working very much within that. And that is the reason we are here, because we want to build this relationship. And the way how to build sometimes relation is to talk with companies, yes.